Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Assalamu alaikum. Whoa. What's good, bro?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Salam, bro.
Wow, alaikum assalam. Finally get to meet my brother.
Mashallah, bro. How you feeling?
Mashallah.
That's amazing. Wow. Okay, here we go.
Smell good, brother.
Oh, yeah. I have a gift for you. Absolutely. I brought my prayer rug. I don't know how long I was going to be with you, so I was going to make my salats outside. That's when I get down.
Thank you. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, this is Whitney.
I have my wife with me. She's in the car. We parked over there, and Michelle was kind of a little leery about if it's safe to park over there.
Yeah. It's safe. It's safe. Okay. This is Jasmine.
Hey,
How you doing?
good. How are you?
Join us.
It is truly an honor. Alhamdulillah, it is an honor. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Oh, mashallah. And y'all do the editing and all that. I've never done this before. So.
Yeah, no, isn't it?
Wow. How's the lighting? Is
It
good?
looks great.
I'm sorry, what's your name, brother?
Salam Shakur.
mashallah.
Mashallah.
You have an incredible last name also.
I chose that purposely. I am a grateful servant. You know, that is the whole objective. You know, to humble yourself, get over yourself, and know that you are a servant, a slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, alhamdulillah.
That's crazy. Yeah, we were just talking about. I was talking about my village in Nigeria, and they was giving me good advice about, because you know in my village there's no mosque. You know, especially Western Nigeria.
Yes.
Igbos, they're all Christian, and then once you go up north, that's where you see Yorubas and Hausas, and they're Muslim.
Yeah.
So I was talking to my brother Ane about, you know, how I would go about, you know, telling my family there about that, and then also trying to maybe build a mosque. And Ane was telling me that, you know, I shouldn't worry too much about that. Just basically just stay with the knowledge I have and talk to them. Like you were saying today.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually, you know, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he took small steps in stages. So, you know, inshallah, when that moment is right, Allah will place you there. And what Allah has for you, no one can intervene. You know what I mean? So, and that is why the wisdom that he had given you. So, definitely.
Yeah. Well, one other thing that I'd like to add to that is Rasulullah was incredibly emotionally intelligent. On several occasions in his lifetime, he's shown how to have that emotional intelligence and how to react, knowing fully well a person's circumstances and how they grew up and things of that nature, and spread Islam accordingly. For instance, there was a widow. I'm sorry. There was a mother that had lost her son, I believe, and she was crying. She was wailing, right? And when he tried to console her, she kind of went back at him, and she said, "You don't know what this feels like." To which he didn't respond. He didn't say, "You know what? I'm Rasulullah." Like, you think? Who do you think you're talking? He didn't say any of that.
Right.
But having that emotional intelligence, for instance, if there's a person that indulges in alcohol tremendously, right? You can't start talking to them saying that Islam condemns alcohol, you know?
Exactly.
You got to start talking to them about the oneness of God, like Brother Salam was saying, that you have to take it in progressive steps, and that's just the way of the Prophet. That's the sunnah of the Prophet.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. When it comes to you know, trying to convey something spiritual, you have to be intelligent with it and strategical. You can't just, again, because it would let off as if you're imposing, you know what I mean, or forcing, opposed to, like, you gotta, I think the best way is, you know, when you're doing some type of dawah to lean to anyone, you kind of let them answer the questions themselves. One of my favorite little things I like to do, I ask them, I say, what are you, not who are you? That's a question I like to ask them. And of course they're going to go with the basis of what they understand. I'm a father, I'm a son, I'm a husband, and things of that nature. But I say, no, what are you before you became these things? You know, when you was nothing, what are you? So it forces them to think. And they eventually lead up to, oh, I'm a soul. So that's what matters first. That's your primary goal, your soul. So you get people to use their own mind, and then that way it won't feel as if you are pushing or forcing them. Yeah.
That's a great point. Yeah.
MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah.
All right. So, Salam, introduce yourself. Wow.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Salam Shakur. I am living here as of right now in Charlotte, North Carolina. About to reside back home. I've only been here for like 3.5 years. Our mother, me and my wife, parents, they're of age and they're not well, so we want to go back home and fulfill our obligation and duty to our parents. Alhamdulillah, it is a blessing. But I had to meet my brother before I left. Mashallah, that's a lot. I promise you. I've been inboxing this brother, man, for the longest, and I know he's a busy man, but he finally responded at the right time. Because we're leaving at the end of this month, inshallah.
This is a blessing.
Where's home again?
Cincinnati, Ohio. I apologize. Yes, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay. Me and Nate both go to MCC. Where did your mosque, or did you go to MCC as well, or?
Oh, you mean here?
Yeah, like
yeah, I was going there.
Oh, you?
And I was also going over on Sugar Creek.
Masjid al-Shahid?
Okay, yes.
No.
Okay, Sugar Creek.
With Imam Khalil.
Yes.
Yeah. He's an incredible person.
Oh yeah, I love that's my big brother. I love him. But
Mashallah,
you know,
bro,
that's why I was going, because it's more locally convenient. You know, but I have been stretching out because ICC, it reminds me of back home, and I love the diversity. You know, of Islam. I love that. You know.
Are you a revert, or were you born?
No, I wasn't born.
Well, I know we're all born, but
well, I mean,
sorry for using that term, but
no,
you know what I mean. Yeah, sorry.
No, I wasn't raised into this. This is something that Allah have chosen me for. You know what I mean? I never, and I found out that you, and no offense, but you know, when one accept this deen, accept this faith and religion, I consider it, you know, a little bit or slightly rude to ask how long one has been, due to the fact that doesn't matter, because Allah says you're not no less than the person that's been in it for years. You know what I mean? So the most important part that we should be concerned with is that they did accept, you know, and took their Shahada. So I really don't fixate.
My apologies.
On that. Oh no. Again, come on, brother. Yeah, just, you know, we sharing.
Understand. Well, man, that's great.
Yes.
But yeah, we're getting ready for Ramadan coming up.
Alhamdulillah, can't wait.
You know, we're getting ready for Ramadan. And you said you're leaving next month?
No, this month.
This month, the end of this
inshallah. Yes, at the end of this month. Shouldn't be no later. We're actually on schedule.
So we'll still be able to celebrate Ramadan Mubarak and Eid together.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Even though you'll be far away, Ohio is.
Yeah, look, I
celebrate.
I celebrate it always, brother. Our Ummati, man, you know, you can feel it. No matter where they are, you can feel
that's the one thing that I want to say. Even when I first met Anae, you remember I was walking down, like we had all exited out the back of MCC, and I was walking up, and then you came up to me. Your energy just hit me, and I'm walking, and then you started talking. Before you know it, I was like, "This is my brother." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "This is gonna be my brother for life." You know, and it's crazy because it's like it's an energy you can't like explain it, but when you feel it, you know it's right. Yeah. It was the weirdest feeling, and ever since then I've been stuck to the guy. You know,
that is a blessing.
I'm of myself nothing. Whatever I have is from Allah.
Exactly.
And just imagine like what the companions of the Prophet felt around him, alayhi salatu wasalam, like what they felt in his presence.
I can only imagine.
I can't. That's just too out there for me. You know,
I daydream about stuff like that, man.
So I don't know, because you know I watch your channel faithfully.
Oh,
I do. I mean, you know, I done subscribe to him. You know, and I love this brother because he's, in a beautiful way, you're a character. And you know, I haven't met nobody like you, and I love it, man. And
you know, that's what a lot of people say. You know, they're like, even though a lot of the things you're doing is out of this, you know, it's crazy, but it's like you're making it good for the youth. Yeah, and even I was talking to Imam John about that, and he was like, yeah, you know, the youth is like you're refreshing it for the youth in a sense to making it quote unquote cool.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a way to learn about Islam that's the textbook way, and then there's sometimes where you have to break it down and kind of make it fun in a way for the kids to understand it, because of course we have the music, we have the movies, we have all this stuff that's taking their attention, like, oh, that's cool, my friends say that's cool. So it's like, all right, you know what, if you're saying that's cool, all right, I'm gonna take that and then bring a little bit of Islam in there, mix it together, and we're gonna make this Whaatwaa happen. You know what I'm saying? And keep the kids focused to where they're like, you know what, even though they're doing that, I'm still gonna, you know, have faith in myself that what I'm doing is right. I can be a Muslim man or a Muslim woman and still be able to find, you know, happiness in a way to where it's cool amongst their friends. Because that's the only thing that's grabbing these kids right now, is trying to be cool amongst their friends. You know,
exactly.
and it's crazy, you know. But we were all there once, you know, trying to impress our friends, and then when we grew up out of that, so it's like we have to like kind of figure out, okay, what is grabbing these kids' attention so much to where they feel like they want to go do all these other things. So it's like, that's why I was like, you know what, let me grab that and grab this and put it together. And then that's where that came, you know?
I mean, that's psychological, and sometimes you have to utilize whatever facets that you have to get their attention. Most likely you want Islam to dominate the overall. But you know, I have a son, he just turned 18 yesterday. Alhamdulillah. MashaAllah. And you know, I constantly talk to him, you know, and I know the pressure of peer pressure among your peers and things like that. You know, alhamdulillah, he took his Shahada the year before. Yes, MashaAllah. And my daughters, you know, so alhamdulillah, but you know, it's still, you can still feel it in the air as far as the pressure is concerned of his peers. And you know, the best thing I can tell him is, most likely by following non-believing kids your age, and it's not to be offensive to them, but at the same time it's going to oppose what you believe in, most likely. You know what I mean? So I try to, you know, always get him to remind himself of that, you know, so he don't fall into that Jahiliyyah state of mind and living. You know, it's easy. It's effortlessly to do wrong.
It is.
You really don't have to require any energy or mindset to do it. It's easy to do wrong. So astaghfirullah, you know, for the ones that are, inshallah, they get back on the Sirat al-Mustaqim. You know what I mean?
So during, like I was asking today, during Ramadan, you know, we have Eid, we have our prayers that we do, we have our fasting that we do. But what else do you do during Ramadan?
Oh,
during the month of Ramadan.
You know, that is one of the most valuable times to me. I like to remain to myself, do a lot of reading. I want to complete the Quran, inshallah. I want, you know, so I do a lot of, you know, pondering and reflecting and showing gratitude, shukr, and, you know, just appreciation. And I like a long time, preferably. You know, I'd rather deal with that opposed to being among others. Unless there's something going on or some type of celebratorial thing going on, yeah, mashallah. But overall, I'd rather just be kind of like remote to myself, inshallah.
Understand that?
Yes.
Okay.
If you've heard the term etikaf,
okay,
which is kind of isolating yourself and using that time to, you know, ponder over the verses in the Quran, reading it, and just using that time, that precious time that we have in Ramadan every night is highly encouraged, or as much as you can, because I don't know which wise man said this, but they said the most, I'm paraphrasing obviously.
Yes.
The best thought comes in isolation. When you're isolated, when you have no interference, when you have least interactions with anybody else, and when you apply what God has given you in your mind, you're able to achieve a lot more. You're able to understand a lot more. And that is not to say that you should always isolate yourself, because that is not the purpose with which we're social
Honestly, I like being by myself. Sorry. I like being by myself. I enjoy my, alone time. I like to be around people, but I really enjoy my alone time. And a lot of times I just sit there and just reflect. And, and to be honest with you, I'm actually proud of the way that my life is turning out now. Like, honestly, like a year before, around this time, it's crazy.
You know what?
It's absolutely crazy.
I got super hyped when you announced that you had took your Kalima Shahada. I was like, because you was watching a lot of Islamic videos. The one that the different calls to prayer.
Yeah, you talking about the Jewish, the Christian, and the Muslim call to prayer. Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And I kept making dua for. I said, Allah bless this brother to take his Kalima Shahada, please bless him. Alhamdulillah. And next thing you know, you announced it. I was like, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't even want to. It was crazy because at that time I didn't want to broadcast it. Like, during that time, I literally called so many mosques at that time.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to do it. It was supposed to happen Tuesday. I wanted to do it on Tuesday. And then I called so many mosques, and that was when COVID really hit in March.
Okay, yeah.
So COVID really hit in March, and then we went and shut down end of March, April. And then August came, and I was like, I really want to take my shahada. Like, something was like, I gotta do it today. So I kept calling around different mosques. I was getting voicemails, and I was leaving voicemails. I was getting the answer machine, and I was leaving voicemails.
Yeah.
And then mrwhaatwaa, she called me back. And she said, I'll get you in touch with Imam John. I said, please. I talked to Imam John. He said, come in Thursday. I came in Thursday, and we talked. And then that's when he said, it'll be best if you come Friday. I came Friday, and it happened. And I didn't tell anybody. I literally, after I was done with the camera, I put it down, I cried. I cried right at MCC parking lot. Right there, I cried, man. If I would have been in the mosque, people would have thought that I was going through pain. I literally was boo-hooing, crying, because I knew the things that I was doing before, and I knew the people that I was around, the certain things that I was trying to chase, and I realized, like, none of those people are here now. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of those people are here, and none of those people will even have your back if something happened. And it's crazy because I was chasing the acceptance from them. And I think that's the reason why I was crying so much, because I was like, how did I allow myself to get so low to try to impress these guys or try to impress these people? And then looking now, you're by yourself, and the only person you have is Allah, helping you. And I think that's what made me so emotional after I took it and came back to the car, back to the truck. And ever since then, I was like, no, this is it. I'm not going back. This is it. And a lot of that had to do with the way, nothing against my family. My family brought me up right, but it's just going through schools. I went to, Branson and Vance, and, growing up. So you were influenced by your peers, and I think all of that just came onto me at once, and I just cried, man. I just cried.
That's beautiful.
Closed the door of my truck and just cried, man.
Yeah, that is a hindrance to a lot of people of accepting that they know it feels right, but due to family or close friends, they're stray from it because they want the validity of them, in order for them to feel, as far as valid. I gotta get their approval, and if Allah chose you, out of 1 billion Muslim people, human beings in general, that is truly a blessing. I'm taking this to the grave. I'm telling you, I would never, ever. This is the best thing. Just put it this way: this is the best thing that ever happened to me over my children. I mean, without me having Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I would not be able to have my children. Without me having Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I would not be able to love my children, to provide for my children. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala get all praises first and foremost. You know? So alhamdulillah. MashaAllah.
I was going through a lot, man. Like I was going through a lot at that time. I think at that time, you know, being on that channel was a way to escape. And then once the camera went off, it was like I was back to indulging in that certain lifestyle, you know. And I think when I got in front of that camera, it was a way for me to actually be myself, and it was almost like a cry for help. Some of those videos, I was actually in there crying for help, like trying to figure out how to get out of this lifestyle, because, you know, it's like that certain lifestyle does not love you. People don't understand that like chasing that fame, like once you actually get a taste of it, it's like those people don't love you. Like they don't.
And it holds no benefits. It holds no benefits.
People don't understand it. But I want everybody to, I literally, like everybody that's chasing that lifestyle, I want them to make it just so they can see the kind of backstabbing, evil stuff that happens once you get there. Like once you get to that point, they're gonna wish that they never chased that lifestyle, you know? It's crazy, I don't know.
I hope they learn before that, you know what I mean? Because some get sucked into it so much so
that you can't even talk to them to get them out. So it's like, okay, well, if I can't help you get it out and your family can't, then okay, go experience it. Then once you experience it, if you like it, then cool, continue. But if you don't, then I can help you.
And it depends on the test, on how, you know, potent or how strong the test is that Allah is placing in front of them. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, you know, it's going to be left up to them to decide. They may be getting, I apologize, they may be getting like a lot of benefits from it, materialism, financial, things like that, to where they get so attached to that, they refuse to let go to return to the norm or the natural of what they should be living or how they should be living. You know, I believe that. Hey, you want to show the Whaatwaa family what I got you?
Okay, yeah, let's get it.
Why not?
Man, that was a little bit emotional, right?
Alhamdulillah, brother.
What you got in here, man? Oh, we got a prayer room.
Oh, most definitely.
Bro. Oh yeah, this is nice. This is beautiful. Look at the material in this.
Nah, I feel bad, man. I didn't bring it up.
No. Bro, the knowledge that you gave me is abundance, man.
Bro,
Exactly.
I didn't give you nothing.
The knowledge, bro. Oh man, you know what? I've been looking for this, but how is it gonna fit on my head?
I thought about that. You're gonna have to brush your hair back.
I'm gonna have to bring my hair down.
I thought about that though.
Nah, let me not put it on right now. I'm gonna put it on when I get home.
Yeah.
Wow. I've been looking for this for a long time. Now when I come to MCC, I don't have to have my hair out. I can just, you know, that's the only thing that I'd be embarrassed about. Just my hair be out crazy, you know.
But that's you though.
Yeah, that is you. Yeah.
That's true.
And I feel like that's something
That is.
What is that?
That is some. You know, as an aerosol spray. You can spray it.
So it's not like this. So it's not like Lysol. It's what is it like?
I'm about to represent this because it's one of my favorites. I would say compared to anything that you would get over the counter in the store, this is at a local store where I'm at.
Okay.
But when you spray this with the odor that's in the room, it doesn't.
You see that?
It doesn't ask it politely. Excuse me, can you leave? It grabs the odor and take it out like a bouncer, and it takes over the room. You can spray a little bit.
Just spray a little bit.
Just spray a little bit.
Spray a little bit. Okay.
This is a nice tan.
Oh, it's blowing that way. So let's.
Oh wow, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That smells.
Ooh, you smell that?
That's pretty good.
That smells great.
Wow.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Show that to the camera again.
Wow, this is nice. This is wow.
So that's a product from the store where you see it.
Well, it's a corner store. No, it's not my store. It's a corner store where I live at.
Okay.
That's how I got introduced to it. and he keep it on the regular. And so I invested in the gas tank for myself.
This is
Cappy,
there we go. Yeah. All right. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I can wrap this one freely on my head now. Man, this is great. Oh, this is the
Oh yeah. I almost forgot that was in there.
Now this oil. This with this oil, is this an oil that you put on, or is this something that you use to?
That is. Now you can experiment because everybody's skin is different. I put it on my skin, no breakage, nothing like that. I was calling outbreak and nothing like that. But that is frankincense myrrh, one of my favorites.
Frankincense myrrh.
Yes, one of my favorites.
And you put it on.
You probably can't smell it like that. You gotta screw it.
So
yeah, you can put it on your beard.
Okay.
And on your clothing.
Does it help the beard grow?
No, not that I know of.
That smells good.
This is a beautiful smell. I heard that. I like this. Inshallah, bro.
Make sure it's on there tight.
And you said you're just supposed to put it on?
Yeah, you can rub it in your hands if you want. You can put it in your beard, on your neck a little bit.
Is this what you got on now?
Yes.
Man, this thing.
That's what you smell? I can't smell it anymore. You gotta put it on.
Man.
That's the first thing that I said to you. I was like,
Oh, yeah, you did.
You just
Yeah,
smell good.
it's a gravitating
That's
smell.
right.
It's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh man.
That's it. This is one of my designs. I do this as a hobby, make t-shirts.
Oh, that's what's up.
Nice.
And that's a reminder. You hold it to the Whaatwaa family.
Mashallah.
That's a reminder to yourself. When you are in a situation, you might be in a car and you're impatient. You look down at your shirt. What will Rasul do? Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Thank you.
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you. Bismillah, brother. Thank you. You know what? I have something. Can you go in the back, in the book bag? I have something in the back. This is nice. Let me put this in already.
Really?
Yeah. Let me put it on over the. This is great. Put it on over my hoodie.
Yeah, brother.
Now this is something that I brought for both of y'all. It's not much, but it does mean something to me because it's something that I started with. And it's my
COVID-19 mask. Is that what it is?
no.
I thought you was on
It's my
point.
headband.
Bro, it would be a good
okay.
idea though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So Anae has two. One for you, one for your wife with me.
Yeah.
And then how many you need?
This is it. Well,
How many you need?
let me have two more. Three more.
Three more. Got you. There you go.
Mashallah.
Oh, a headband.
Yes.
So this is the exact one you be wearing?
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, okay. Excited.
This is great. What would our Rasul, peace be upon him, do?
Exactly.
That was good.
I'm putting this on now,
Yeah.
Whaatwaa family. I'm going to represent my brother right now.
This is great.
Yeah, I like the color pattern in the shirt too.
Yeah, I was looking at it like, this is nice.
So you
Oh,
do,
and it matches the, okay, nice.
So you do this as a hobby? Or?
It's a hobby. When I was younger, I used to, draw a lot. That was a hobby of mine. I stopped that, so that energy was still there.
Right.
So it just like transformed from paper into that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That prayer rug and the kafia came from a local store in Charlotte. Is it alright if I plug them?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's
The one off of North Tryon?
it's Muslim American.
Yeah.
You been there? I love
I love
and
that, bro.
shout out to my brother Nabil. He always helps us when we come.
That's why we ain't got my toes.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Oh, man, this is good. There we go.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big rug.
Oh yeah. And he looked big, on television. I said television. Did I just tell my age? I don't mind, Alhamdulillah. And next month, on the 11th, I'll be 52.
Stop it.
Stop.
What?
You do
Allahu
not-
Akbar.
You do not
I'll be
look 52.
52.
Mashallah.
That is
I'm
awesome.
69, baby. Alhamdulillah.
Wow, you do not look 52
Yeah.
at all.
If I had to slip up and start talking about Gilligan's Island, you would know. But yeah, alhamdulillah.
You got a little salt and pepper going here, but,
Yeah.
but man, you look like in your upper 30s.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's all I'm thinking,
I would
yeah.
say like maybe early.
Because when you said you had a 18-year-old son, is that what you
That's
said?
my youngest son.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like my brother got married.
Oh wow.
That's crazy, man. Mashallah.
Alhamdulillah.
Oh, that's the back. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, brother, my pleasure. My
man.
pleasure. Alhamdulillah.
Thanks, Al, for this.
Yes.
Appreciate it.